6:15 in the morning, heading out to the Grand Canyon tour. Stop for breakfast, Hoover Dam, and then over to the Grand Canyon West. Supposedly about 2.5 hours to get there. We'll have 3.5 hours there. Flew into Vegas on July 1st, 2025, staying at the MGM Grand, taking the bridge over at Las Vegas Boulevard to make my way over to Excalibur. That's where I pick up the bus from. The tour bus picks up at multiple locations on the Strip. The price for the full bus tour, including transportation, breakfast, and lunch, is $149. Itinerary for this trip is they'll start by picking up between 6:30 and 7 at one of the many Las Vegas hotels on the Strip. This includes a hot breakfast at Omelet House, which has one of 6 items that you can pick from. Stop at the Tillman Bridge overlooking the Hoover Dam. Drive through the Joshua Tree Forest and Black Mountains. Arrive at Grand Canyon West, Eagle Point. And then we'll go to another part in Grand Canyon West called Guano Point, which includes our free hot lunch. And then the bus ride back to Las Vegas, where you were picked up from, they drop you back off at. So now we're on the road here after leaving Excalibur. And the first stop will be heading to breakfast, and here are the instructions for that.
Order on my phone, and then just hang on to your menu. If you're not done yet, that's fine, but just let me know.
Had breakfast at the Omelet House here. Breakfast and lunch are included in the tour. Eggs, potatoes, toast. It's actually pretty good. Getting back on our bus here. Done with breakfast, we're heading back on the road again.
3.5 inches of rain every single year out here in Las Vegas. So how many inches of rain do y'all get where you're from, right? Think about it. 30-degree weather, heat strokes, carbon monoxide poisoning. Believe it or not, in the 30s, they weren't checking for carbon monoxide poisoning. They had to blow up the walls of Black Canyon, these mountains that they had to blow up to fit the Hoover Dam. Energy from these solar panels as the sun goes over. They actually turn in the afternoon to follow the sun.
Here we are pulling into the security checkpoint. They just jump on for a minute, check the overhead bins, and just make sure everything's all right before you head to Hoover Dam. We made it to the Michael O'Callahan and Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge, which is 1,000 feet above up, so we'll be looking down onto the Hoover Dam. A lot of switchbacks here to get up to it. So you can take the ramps, or you can do the stairs. I'm going to do the stairs up, and then I'll do the ramp down. See if we're done climbing. Getting close to the road here. Nevada State Line. And we're at the top of the bridge. 1,000 feet up. And you see the Hoover Dam coming into view there. There's the Hoover Dam. Looking down from the bridge. We'll go down a little bit further. Here's looking from the bridge, the Hoover Dam. Here's looking down, 1,000 feet. Probably halfway across now. The actual bridge. Hoover Dam is over here. There's a parking structure. You can see Lake Mead behind it. That's looking straight down. I think we're coming up on the Nevada-Arizona border. Michael O'Callahan, Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge. Mile marker 0, because we're at the Nevada-Arizona border. Hoover Dam with Lake Mead behind it. Heading back to the bus now. We're up here for like 30 minutes, which is more than enough time. Here we are at the Nevada side. I think I'm gonna take the ramps down. It'll be easier on the knees. This is sped up of climbing back down, just to give you a general idea of how long it actually takes to do. You go through these couple of these concrete memorial areas, then you're back on the walkway where you can either take those switchbacks or you can take the stairs. There really wasn't that many stairs, so I decided to just take the stairs all the way back down, because the switchbacks were a lot more back and forth. So the stairs, being only about 3 flights, were pretty easily manageable to actually climb. There's some history on the actual bridge construction. So they are starting it, building the archways, getting close to connecting it. Here it is connected, and then open 2010. They do have waters when you want to get on and off the bus. We stopped at a gas station here. This is our last stop before the Grand Canyon. So you can get drinks, they have a Subway in here if you want.
In the middle of the town, they go pick up their water. So basically, like on the back of most of these people's trucks, they'll have like a water tank, and they go fill up that water tank in the middle of the town. So they don't actually have water at their houses. Out to your left, and there's one out to the right. They're really trying to get hit by cars right now. Very small town. Out to your left, that's a grocery store, and it's been closed for years. To the right side, they got a Family Dollar. They got like a Dollar General, and or they have to go to Vegas to get groceries, or a place called Kingman in Arizona. In less than a minute. There's a farm down here that grows them. Now y'all know pistachios are expensive. They actually take up a lot of water, but they grow good in dry air, right? So we're usually have a lot of dry air down here. See pistachio trees, lines and lines of them. And then on the right side of the bus, they're coming up too, and they'll get a little bit taller. They're, obviously they're trees, but they're small. They get a little bit taller as we go down the road. They take a long time to grow, like some of these 6 to 8 years to grow. As we go up this hill, we're gonna get our first views of the Grand Canyon. Mountain of the Grand Canyon's flat on top, and we'll be able to see better visuals of that as we get closer, and there's a lot of layers to the canyon. Slices of the canyon, so like maybe in the middle there, and then a lot of tans. Those are the two colors, reds and tans. Imagine this land covered up by water, and that's how the canyon was formed, underwater, pressing together with water pressure. 77 miles long in total. That's all in the state of Arizona. It's 18 miles across at its biggest gap. It's a mile deep at its greatest depth. Just to give y'all some perspective of what you're gonna see at the canyon, okay? You're gonna be about 3,500 to 4,500 feet up, looking down at the canyon floors. So I made it to Grand Canyon West. The first thing you do is go through here to get a shuttle to go to Eagle Point. When you first come in, there's actually a gift shop of all different Native American things. So now that I went through security, first got dropped off at the terminal, went through the gift shop. There's a restroom there, drinks, you can buy tickets for other things. Then you go through security, and then you're actually at the shuttle bus, which will actually take you to the Grand Canyon, which is over here. Here's a shuttle bus that'll actually take us to Eagle Point.
7 natural wonders of the world. All right, we're on our way to just that. On behalf of the Wallapai tribe and myself, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Grand Canyon West. Keep in mind, Guano Point, the second stop, is definitely the best stop. Very beautiful there. You already paid for all 3 points. You certainly do not want to miss Guano Point, because Guano Point is awesome. I'm just trying to help you out so you can manage your time so you don't miss the best spot.
Eagle Point at 4,000 feet above the Colorado River. So here's Eagle Point. There's the Skywalk over there.
Careful, watch your footing.
You can see the eagle right there, the span. There's Grand Canyon West. Here's a close-up of Eagle Point. I put this graphic here so you can get an idea of where the eagle is. Grand Canyon West, first time here. Here's the welcome sign for actually coming to Eagle Point at the Skywalk. Grand Canyon West. I'll have this later in the video. So at the Skywalk entrance, going to walk out 4,000 feet above the Grand Canyon on the west side of the Grand Canyon. So let's go do that now. So here's to the Skywalk. Had to get my booties here to walk on the Skywalk, which is actually right. As of very recently, they now allow you to bring on cell phones, and you can bring obviously your wallet and sunglasses. Here's the entrance to the Skywalk. Here's looking down. Looking down 4,000 feet. There's the Colorado River down there. Let's look straight down. Here's what it looks like hanging out 4,000 feet above the Grand Canyon. This is where I originally came in at Eagle Point. You can actually see it right there. Actually, with the way the sun is, it actually really stands out. Bird flying by. Here's some info on the building of the Skywalk. Been to the Gateway Arch. Went to the fake Paris in Las Vegas. Sears Tower, which is now the Willis Tower, but everyone calls it the Sears Tower. And the Skywalk is 4,000 feet. So just finished the Skywalk. It's actually pretty cool up there. I wasn't really nervous at all. So the Grand Canyon's so big stretching out, it really doesn't seem that bad. So, but it was being up there. It was like $46. If you book it with your tour group, it's usually like $30, so definitely do that ahead of time. You can bring sunglasses, your wallet, and cell phone, and that is it. No cameras, no GoPros. So now I'm gonna go to Guano Point here, which is the next stop we gotta take the shuttle to. Then I'll be able to get my lunch, and these are supposedly the better views. This first one, Eagle Point, is, you know, it's cool to see the eagle and walk on the sky deck, but the other one is actually where there's more scenic views. This has some different Native American things here that you can check out. Oh, another raven there. They have different plants native to the area. They do have water, restrooms at all the different stops, so that actually makes it a lot easier. So here's the Guano Point pickup. There's one of the teepees over there, and they have another one over here. I don't know if I can walk in here. I think I can. Has all different Native American structures. Here comes our shuttle to Guano Point. We're leaving Eagle Point. And the line's not too long. So it's 1 o'clock local time. The tour actually included breakfast, and it actually includes lunch here. So I'm actually going to eat here as well. It's either chicken or pulled pork, I believe. It's supposed to be really good, and the views are amazing there of the Grand Canyon. So now it's time for lunch. That's what I got. Got the pulled pork, corn on the cob, biscuit, and mashed potatoes. The other option was braised chicken thigh. And then they had a vegan vegetable thing. Look at the view where you look at. Just finished up lunch here at the Guano Point Cafe. Go up to Guano Point there. Here's another look at the Grand Canyon West. Get a closer look here. There's actually no railings, so you have to be very careful. I've always wanted to see the Grand Canyon, so it's the first time ever being here. So beginning the walk here, you can see that the ground is uneven, so you don't want to get too close to the edge there. But it is nice that you can go. They want you to stay within 5 feet of it, but so you don't fall. Stay 5 feet from the edge. I think these boulders might be 5 feet actually, that are all around here. I'm shooting it on an action cam because it's super wide. Look, that cactus comes out there. It's kind of hanging right off the edge. So I got my water, which you definitely need because this is a mile hike, they said, to the next section and then a mile back. So I definitely want to be hydrated for that. They do sell ice cream here and soda and Gatorade and stuff too, up at Guano Point. This area, Guano, is named after what they used to mine here. It was used in mascara, fertilizer, and a couple of other different things. There's the Grand Canyon West behind me at Guano Point. Now the neat thing about this is over at the edge here, this is looking to the right of me. Guano Point is here, but then the canyon is also here. So this kind of jets out on a peninsula. 270 degrees around you is the Grand Canyon. Kind of like a green mossy look to it on this side. Actually on both sides. You can see there's kind of like a dry riverbed down there. But then down over around here is the Colorado River that all this was carved from. Here's a close-up of the Guano hike I'm gonna do. And over the edge there. Like I said, it's not going to show it justice. I'm shooting it on the widest angle action cam I have. Got lucky because it was gray earlier, but the sun's coming through now and it cleared up. Colorado River's down there. I don't know if you can see down there, there's actually that structure there. And it used to hook up to this, but supposedly a fighter jet went through and just connected the cable. I guess they were kind of done using it anyways, so they never reconnected it. And the structure is right here. Abandoned. It's kind of neat, this big rock here. Right at the edge. So leaving this view now, I'm going to go up to Guano Point. It's up here, and I believe this is where everyone's going up. So go this way. That's a structure I was just at before. Here's some information about it. So here's this from the top. Here's the work area that was part of it. Kind of cool, could just circle around here. It's narrower and narrower. Man, if you slipped off there, you would just go forever. Cactus just growing here. A lot of edges where you could fall. The views are so worth it. Kind of can't stop. It's not as bad once you get up here. Top of Guano Point. The top of Guano Point. 360 views all the way around. And 4,000 feet down. It's almost back down from Guano Point. You can see it there in the background there. It's quite the hike, very uneven. So you can see the helicopter there. I have a little bit of time, so I think I'm going to climb this smaller one right here as well while I'm here. It's probably about a third of the height. This one's definitely a lot easier to climb. A little bit ways to go. Maybe it's probably half the height. It's pretty high up. It's higher than I thought. There's the other point we were at. Coming out of the restaurant, here's the views. That's all open air, no windows. It actually goes all the way around. There's Guano Point again. Here's one last look at the Grand Canyon before getting back on the bus and heading 2.5 hours back to Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, and thanks for watching. So this concludes Guano Point. We'll head back on the bus now and head straight back to Vegas in 2.5 hours and be dropped back off at the Excalibur.